All right, and welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you didn't miss any C64, except for me changing some of my hardware on the fly. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to follow along with the chat. All right, I see that there's a timer ticking down, so that's probably hurt me a lot, but okay, we're okay. Any secrets? There are secrets. You can go to the left. Oh my goodness. This game is very different than what I thought it would be. Already. Ow. So it appears we lose time when we take damage. It's Jungle Hunt. Hey, Salem. Pitfall. Yeah, we're going to try out Pitfall. I've never played it before. Not really. I am stuck on this vine. There we go. We're okay. I figured it out. No. I thought I was trying to time it right. Alright, well, from the top. Look at this, I'm already better. Agent Frownie is a Pitfall master. My game audio is very hot. Okay, Sparrow, thank you for the warning. We'll take it down a touch. Very much appreciated. Thank you. I was trying to look at it, but it's hard to tell sometimes. These are not lining up the way I would prefer. No, the jump button isn't where I thought it was. Victory. Ah! I mean, this is a pretty cool game. I love platformers, so... No! So that white thing down there is a scorpion. I thought it was For some reason, I thought it was a skull. Like, you know, like the area where its tail is looks like an eye, and then there's like a nose and a mouth there between its claws. I thought it was a skull with like its jaw forward and two little legs. Oh, I don't know what that thing is on the other side. So I'll just stay away from it. When in doubt, stay away from the thing. Okay, another disappearing pond. Ooh, I timed that perfectly. Too slow. This looks suspiciously like the starting point. I love the Tarzan noise when you swing on the vines. It's great. Okay, that's a fire burning is what that is. I mean, I see there are two layers, and like clearly I need to go down to that bottom layer at some point, but... Oh, that was it. Oh, rip the run. Alright, from the top. I'm just gonna focus on mastering the upper world obstacles until it occurs to me why I might want to go down to the bottom. I disagree. I've never played A Boy and His Blob yet. That game seems interesting. It seems really interesting, but it also seems incredibly obtuse. David Crane made this, inspired Super Mario Brothers, made A Boy and His Blob, and even put his name on Genesis Tennis. 2600 games are barely games at times. Rip the 2600. I don't like that log on the other screen there. That's like, that's a nasty trap. Boy and His Blob is interesting, but a little underwhelming technically. For the NES's standard. My character here, like, with the black pants and the blue shirt, like, he looks to me less like a jungle adventurer and more like a Spock from Star Trek. Super Pitfall on the NES is bad. I've heard that. I actually have a copy of it too. So I figured I should play them. Figured maybe I'd play them kind of in order. At least the ones I have or can do. Like I've got Pitfall 1 and 2 available to me on the C64. I've got Super Pitfall on the NES, and I think I have Pitfall the Mayan Adventure on Game Boy Advance. It was a memorably bad rental for me. Hopefully I'll be able to conquer it and we'll get some revenge together. Pitfall the Mayan Adventure on PC and Genesis was good, Sparrow says. I have it on the Game Boy Advance, which is probably the same as the Genesis game, but couldn't say for sure. Alright, we're going to explore downstairs for a while. Mayan Adventure looks good, but is hard. It's of the same ilk as Aladdin and Lion King. I mean, if it's similar to Super NES Aladdin, that's a really good thing. If it's similar to Genesis Aladdin, that's pretty bad news. Oh, our time doesn't go down when we get hit, our points go down. It's not even a steady beat. There's a 3D Pitfall on the first Xbox. I actually remember really enjoying it, even if it did feel a bit like a Tomb Raider game. I always thought Aladdin was an exception where the Genesis game was better than the SNES game. I do not agree with that, man. People say that. But I think they're mistaken. I think Aladdin on the Genesis. So one of the things about Aladdin on the Genesis is it has a real, like, strong nostalgia presence. Because I think that Aladdin was like the third top selling game on the Genesis. So like everyone who had a Genesis played it. So it has a very strong nostalgia factor. Which, you know. But I would rather play Super NES Aladdin any day of the week. The Genesis game, the levels, like, I don't know, the levels are chaotic and convoluted. The path to move through them is just bizarre. I love the fast and fluid parkour of the Super NES game. Bouncing off the enemies and swinging on the, swinging on the different, like, pegs and things in the background. Really great time. And the inside the lamp stage on the Genesis is virtually unplayable. It is a disaster. It's a maximum troll level. Think the art and animation look better on the Genesis? Nah. You're welcome to think that, but I like the look of the SNES one better. The characters, alright, I'd have to look at them again. The characters might look a little better on the Genesis, but I think the environments look better on the Super NES. I haven't seen them in a while, though. That scorpion is not right. Hey, Disco Bear, welcome in. EA Sports games are better on the Genesis than the SNES. I will have to defer to your expertise on that. 100%, because I don't have any experience with those firsthand. I am a Nintendo fanboy, so you have to take into consideration that my opinions might be a little biased, but I will also counter that with Contra Hardcore, way better than Contra 3. Castlevania Bloodlines, way better than Castlevania 4. So Genesis all the way with for Konami games. Give me Genesis all day long. But, you know, Capcom versus Virgin, Capcom all the way. Looking at the Pitfall game again for the Xbox, Sparrow says. Actually looks like really good fun. I think it was a Blockbuster rental, so I don't think I finished it. The graphics are surprisingly very good. Wouldn't look out of place at all on the Switch. The volume levels are still a bit high. How in the world is that possible? I think it's because that death music is so loud. That's much better. Okay. The game is so quiet now. But I will defer to your wisdom, Sparrow. That's like the second time I've used the word defer in 5 minutes. Wow, going from left to right is easy mode in this game. No! I'm used to your usual level, which you're biased to being able to hear your voice, yeah. No, that's fine. I certainly appreciate the feedback. I'm just, you know, because I'm trying to peek at the levels around my microphone, and I think it's because, like, the sound effects are so much quieter than the music that, like, I'm seeing the levels, like, when I look at the levels, I'm seeing the sound effects versus my voice and not the music versus my voice. But yeah, I do intentionally put a very heavy bias on having my voice louder than the game. I don't want to struggle to be heard over it. Not that I'm ever saying anything of value. frequently spouting bogus and irritating video game opinions. Hey, Baron Metz, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. I figured that was death, but since I hadn't tried it yet. Sometimes those are the best kinds of video game opinions. Levels are a strange thing where the meters don't always tell the full story. If or when you decide to get a desktop PC, I'll show you a bit more about that. Usually needs an extra plug-in to OBS. I mean, 100% my next computer is gonna be a desktop, and it'll probably be a Windows computer. Linux has mostly treated me really well on this laptop, and I don't by any means regret using it on this laptop. 100% I'm glad I have it. But at the same time, when I switch to a desktop, I think I'll save a lot of people a lot of time and headache if I don't have to ask them to help me with Linux all the time. I've been scouting options on where to get a nice one, Frownie, but they're region specific. All right, well, I mean, yeah, it's got to be something that I could get in North America. And ideally something that I could just order off of like Amazon or you know, some website. A second your opinion about Windows, because it means we get you fully integrated into the wonderful world of Steam and PC gaming. It does not mean that, Sparrow. Don't misunderstand. I am never going to play a computer. I am never going to play a game on the same computer I'm streaming from. So if you like, for me to play a game on Steam on stream, I'd have to have two computers. One running the game and doing video output being captured and fed into the other one that's running the streaming software. I am not going to tab between stream windows and game windows. And that is never, that is a layer of confusion I'm never going to live with. That's very nearsighted. I'm sorry, I don't want to break your heart, but I gotta be real with you. That's never gonna happen. That's why you get a second monitor. Alright. Alright. If I can figure out how to get two monitors to work, okay, maybe. I have a lot of screen real estate. It's a game changer. No, you don't understand though. When I say if I could figure out how to get two monitors to work, like you got like when it comes like I'm like a toddler trying to operate an aircraft carrier. All right, I don't getting like me behind the wheel at a computer is always a disaster. Besides, what in the world do you want me to have a Steam account for, Sparrow? People want me playing more retro games, not less. It's a lot easier in 2023 than it was in 1995 when I started doing dual screens, Baron says. You got Linux to work, 2 monitors will be a breeze. I don't know how. I don't know how in the world I was able to figure out how to wipe Windows 8 off this laptop and replace it with Linux. It seems to me like a miracle that I was able to make that happen. What is this thing? That's good. I thought for sure that was an obstacle. Alright, I got the thing. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I assume now that I take the thing somewhere, but I'm not sure where, so we'll just explore. Two monitors is a game changer. No tabbing necessary. Sorry, I'm going to try and catch up here. A friend of mine just barely acquainted me with compressors and limiters on OBS. Get pretty deep into those kinds of issues. Yeah, my audio has been a continual struggle for me. And the thing is, I really care about the quality of the audio experience on my stream way more than the visual experience. I think that having good audio is way more important than your video situation, and yet I still have no idea what I'm doing. When I first decided to set up the stream, though, like, so many of my, like, tests were, just focused on trying to get the audio to not be terrible. I'm staunchly against compressors. They're so obnoxious, especially for headphone users, Sparrow says. So I'm beginning to fear that this is not an objective-driven game, but is a score attack game, which is fine. Except if it is a score attack game, I think that means to quote unquote win, I'm gonna have to survive 20 minutes, and I mean I could always just spend the entire 20 minutes standing in one place, but I mean, that's not a very exciting way to win, right? So, I was expecting more of those collectible things. No, don't hit me. Or to see a thing that, like somewhere I'm supposed to take that thing that I collected. To be clear for the people who may not be familiar with the stream, I'm not fishing for hints. Like, I go into everything blind, not knowing what the game is, how it works, or what I'm supposed to do. I'm just thinking out loud. I very much do not want to be told any of these things. Yeah, just for people who may not know. I'm just thinking about out loud as I'm trying to figure it out. No, I knew I was gonna miss. Alright, so... Step 1, collect the thing. If the objective was just to get the Tarzan sound to go off, I'd still give this game at least a 3 out of 5. I mean... when that sound effect goes off, you can't help but feel like a winner. Okay, got the thing. Maybe... What are you playing this on? This is, I'm playing this on this is the Commodore 64 version. We're playing it on a C64 Mini. That's awesome. Right on. Oh, and welcome in, JB. Pleasure to have you with us. Hope your evening is going great. That's awesome. It's yeah, I have the C64. I had a C64 when I was I didn't. My dad did. Had a C64 when I was very young. So the very first video games I ever played were all Commodore 64 games. So I'm very nostalgic for it. Pitfall was not one of those games. Tonight is my first time ever playing any version of Pitfall. And it's kind of cool. I'm enjoying myself. I just don't 100% know what to do yet. I'm still working out the rules of the game. Really like a lot of the soundtracks for C64 games, Baron says. I'm especially fond of the Ghostbusters theme, the C64 version of the Ghostbusters theme, and the music for the game Gyrus. I did briefly consider buying an actual Commodore 64 for the stream. And I came real close to it. There was someone selling one in my area. But we just really couldn't. We couldn't really meet on a price. So that kind of fell through, and I was like, well, it's probably for the better. Because of the many difficulties I would be sure to encounter attempting to maintain the hardware. My uncle had one and an Amiga. I watched him play so many games. So my childhood games are things like Congo Bongo, Jungle Hunt, Donkey Kong, Ghostbusters, Popeye, Dino Eggs, Gyrus, Spy vs. Spy, Facemaker, Pac-Man, Serpentine, Millipede, Jumpman Jr. I'm sure there's lots of others. It's hard to remember them all. So we did have a fair amount of games. But what's weird is a lot of the games that when I the C64 had so many games, it seems so frequently when I compare notes with other people who are C64 enthusiasts and they share the list of games that they remember fondly. There's so little overlap. Alright, maybe I go to the fire now? Nope, that is still deadly. I thought maybe the fire would be useful after I collected the thing. Maybe it was a... Because I don't know what that thing I'm collecting is, so I thought, oh, maybe that's a torch. And, I could light up the downstairs area with it. That's exactly what I love about it, that we all have different lists of games when we compare notes. Figuring out how to stream that, assuming you could get it up and running, would make using Linux look like a cakewalk, I think. You'd be surprised, Baron Met. So the C64, I think, does composite out. So I would actually just do it through my CRT television the same way I do the NES. I mean, it might depend on what version of the C64 you have, but the monitor has a... Oh, no. Wait, I take that back. That's not right, because the monitor doesn't use the composite on the C64 doesn't use the composite on the front. There's an input on the back. I don't know what I would do. I would have to tinker with it. But the C64 monitor supports composite video, so... It might not be that tricky. To this day, I learn about new games for the C64. How many systems can you say that for? I mean, I can say it for a lot of systems that I never played. There's a DIN plug in the back that breaks out to composite and stereo. Yeah, the first thing that I thought of was the composite on the front of the monitor, but the the C64 doesn't actually use that. All right, we got the thing. Oh no, I think that was a different thing. I think I've got two things now. Alright. Oh, so the point of the game is just to continually collect the things. And don't die. That's the first time I've ever seen two of them. So it is a score attack game. But what's the downstairs exist for? Oh, I guess the downstairs is supposed to be... Well, I don't know. I guess the thing can spawn downstairs, probably. Just because I haven't seen it do it doesn't mean it can't. There's an RF output that looks like composite, but unfortunately, I don't think that will work well. Well, an RF output would work fine though, because I could do RF into my CRT and then composite out. But I mean, I'm not going to use an actual C64, so this is all an intellectual exercise, but there's nothing practical to it. A Subject Omega, welcome in. This is we're actually playing the Commodore version of Pitfall. This is my first time playing it, and this is the only version I've ever played. I own Pitfall for the C64, or sorry, for the 28600. Well, I own a copy of it, but it doesn't work. Alright, there's thing number 3. Thing number 4. The last one looked different. Oh, no! Okay. I was thinking, I don't trust this screen. Good thing. What was that? Thing number 5? I've actually lost count of the things I've collected. Oh, and then I died. It is a sound. It's a sound effect Tarzan yell. That's everyone's favorite part. If you're looking at a real deal C64, don't worry as far as obtaining composite out. It's well documented, so worst case scenario, someone could even make you one. Gold and silver bars. Baron says, been learning about Japanese computers from the 80s. C64 is a huge library. I remember as a kid getting so excited when you found the money bars. I feel like you'd find this at an arcade, Subject Omega says. I don't know. I don't know if there ever was an arcade version of this. I mean, I could kind of imagine it. No. Oh, that was they're shiny and sparkly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got I've got a strong Wario streak in me. I love collecting treasure. I could not identify these sprites as treasure though. I guess it is more desirable knowing that. I might be dead. Druid Andrew, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna let you down. I have nothing to provide you with. But I hope you're enjoying your night. If you get a chance to play the 2600 version, I'd still recommend it, even if you finish it on C64, Sparrow says. I hate to say it, but it's the better port. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out if I get a chance. I tried to play it on the stream. I've tried to play it on the stream before, but I can't get my copy of it to work. I wish I could help you, but it's I'm sorry I can't, but at least, you know, it's good to know that you're mostly doing good. They programmed the scorpions to track your position. The scorpions I interpreted as skulls before. It took me a moment to realize it was a scorpion. I thought it was a skull, like tilted, so its jaw is a little forward, and it's got two little legs, two little feet that it walks back and forth on. I think as a kid, I thought it was a skull too. All right, I'm in good company. I looked up the Pitfall arcade and came across a TV commercial with Jack Black when he was a kid. A TV commercial for Pitfall. That might be worth taking a look at. That would be cooler, a skull spider. I think it would put us into a sort of a different type of universe. Kind of wish they'd done something more with the underground. Kind of looks like you could make something of it. ran out of imagination after designing the top part. We thought the scorpion looked like my stuffed cat when we were kids. I mean, I can maybe see a cat if I try, but I don't know that I would be seeing it the same way you did. I could see it being an alien skull, like something out of Contra. Oh, like the skull ship where it spews out all those skulls and they walk across the ground. Yeah. There's a heavy amount of jungle present in the Contra adventure too, so we can tie these universes together. I always forget about that sniper barrel waiting for me on the next screen there. I was gonna rush that vine. I was not gonna make it. The crossover we never needed but got anyway. Charge! Jumping across the alligators is the scariest part. We're okay. I mean, yeah, I guess this is one way to kill up to 20 minutes. I mean, I'm killing a lot more than that. Ah, a plushie with a big fluffy tail. It's been a while since I've seen a treasure. I think I'm about due. You know, all these video games are getting movie adaptations. Pitfall the movie. What? I missed something. That's why I said up to. Hmm. Pitfall HD remaster win. I'd be more excited for that than a Pitfall movie. I'm very minimally interested in video game movie adaptations. I don't know. If they do something weird and different, then like it serves a purpose. But when they're just one for one straightforward adaptations, I don't get it. All you've done is taken something interactive and removed it. It removed its best feature. A movie adaptation of a video game for me is a lot like a photograph of a cheeseburger. You know, it's like you took something that's really great and it's like, yeah, I could still look at it. Oh boy, it's interesting to see, but like the best part of the cheeseburger was that I could eat it, and now it's no longer edible, so giant money bag. Don't mind if I do. Now that's a treasure I can get excited about. I know what that one is. Technically, you could eat the photo, yeah, but I don't think it would taste as good. I mean, with the film, I mean, with the like with the film, like I can click around in the DVD menu, right? So I do get some interactive experience of I guess an equal degree. And I'm not saying that like movie adaptations of video games shouldn't exist or anything like that. Not at all. I'm just, I'm just explaining why they're not super interesting to me. I don't really look forward to them. Like I would much rather Nintendo spend their time and resources developing more Mario games and fewer Mario movies. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Super Mario Brothers, the movie, the game. And I want it to be based off the 93 movie. Ooh. This is a tricky one. No! I'm gonna die! One good thing about the treasure in this game looking so terrible is that it makes it look very similar to the fire, which adds a layer of difficulty because now you have to pay attention to make sure what you're picking up is actually, treasure and not fire. No, we were doing so well, and then I died. Nice thing about movie adaptations, and the fact that I am already weary of the barrage of Nintendo IP that we're about to see following the success of the Mario movie. I don't have to watch them, Sparrow says. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind that they exist, only to the degree that the time and energy put into them, only to the degree that it takes resources away from new games. I'd consider making Pitfall HD just for memes. And I'm keeping the Scorpion white. I mean, if it has to show against a black background. I don't think there's much a way you can improve it. There's a lot of Pitfall games. Pitfall's the perfect game. You can't improve it. There might be some truth there, Sparrow says. Yeah, someone said that about Miyamoto working on the movie and not being involved in the game. But I mean, you can't do everything. The character's name is Harry. That's adorable. bogus death. I disagree with that log, too. Well, at least in the case of that one, if I'd been paying better attention, I absolutely did have enough time. I should have been able to react to it if I was really watching. So maybe I shouldn't be so upset. Sometimes there's a very long time between treasures. A very long time in between treasures. I very much would like to get to the end of this. To survive a full 20 minutes and collect a whole bunch of treasure. I don't know, though. It seems doable, and yet my PB is to survive about 12 minutes. Oh, there's that big treasure again. Money bag. The alligator hop is the thing that has, like, the highest probability of ruining my run. I can certainly mess up in other places, but that is the most difficult obstacle to manage. By far. I mean, assuming you're not going for, like, a perfect run. Like, if you were, like... If I was determined that I had to avoid all contact with every barrel, then Yeah, certainly the screens with the sniper barrels would be my greatest concern. But just going for an any percent completion here. The alligators are the worst thing by far. No, don't trap me. Be very nice if I could earn an extra life, huh? I mean, I'd prefer to just not need it, but earning one would give me some, like, much desirable, like, assurance. I probably could have gotten that. Ooh, another money bag. Let's go. Why take the alligators when I could take the vine? I don't get it. There's enough mandatory alligators. Don't mess with optional ones. Oh. Come on, extra life at 50k. No good. might be bad. I was never worried. Oh no, I'm gonna trip at the finish line. We've only got 6 minutes left. Don't blunder. To die to a stationary obstacle does not bode well. It is weird that the barrels don't kill you. I mean, if the barrels did kill you, they would absolutely have to get rid of these sniper barrels. Do you ever play DOS games? I don't, Tally. It's something I would be up for exploring someday. I think that I could enjoy them, but I don't have any, like, nostalgia or connection to DOS. The only DOS games I think I ever played were the old side-scrolling Duke Nukem 1 and 2. And only a very brief amount. No! No! Oh, 16 minutes of work down the drain. That's... Oh. That's heartbreaking. Oh. I owe us all an apology. I'm having fun playing this, though. I mean, it is like a little bit like, you know, it's kind of repetitive. Can't deny that, but it's fun for what it is, you know. And to try to move through things like quickly and fluidly. Trying to move quickly, I say, as I miss a cycle on the rope. Hey, thank you for the follow, my new friend. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. And I do very much appreciate you coming on board with us. Losing all my money. If you ever get the chance, should check out Jill of the Jungle. Pretty good DOS game. Think you'd like it. The trilogy is free on GOG. we ever get to the point, if I ever get to the point where I'm streaming computer games on a computer and not like a mini box, then I think I'll have no choice but to check out some DOS games. I feel like that game has actually been mentioned to me before. The title sounds familiar, like it's somewhere living in the back of my mind. Oh. Didn't know it was that kind of board. Give me that treasure. Oh, I thought I missed the vine. My heart skipped a beat. Come on, Frownie, you're better than this. Rip the perfect run. Assuming I can actually last all 20 minutes, what do we think a respectable Pitfall score is? Like, you know, like I want to say something like 100K, but also I want to say something that I can reach easily. Which I kind of think is the opposite of a respectable score, right? But I could kind of imagine playing this though to you know, like grinding out like a no death 100K run. Like that seems to me like something that could be worthwhile. You know, maybe not, you know, not like a super amazing challenge, but like just enough to like that would be a little bit challenging. You have to have at least a proficiency at the game. I think I could tell myself I'd finished Pitfall if I could get that kind of run. We don't have to do that tonight, but like tonight I'd just like to make it to the end of the timer with whatever, like as high a score as I can get. But if I'm gonna come back to Pitfall, I think maybe that would be my goal. Deathless 100K. Really? Both of them? What time is it? Alright, well, maybe I won't reach my goal for tonight. in the interest of, you know, variety, maybe Pitfall will be a game we come back to. If I'm gonna keep playing like that. The colors of this game are doing something to my eyes. When I look away from Pitfall, I can still see Pitfall a little bit. It's burning in. No. I'm losing more treasure than I'm gaining right now. Thank goodness. I was gonna say, come on, game, let's spawn some treasure already. Whoa. I don't know, 100k may have been awfully ambitious. Because we only get, if I don't know if the treasures, I think the treasures have variable worth. But I noticed a lot of them that I pick up is like only worth 5K, and if I'm going for 100K, that means they gotta average a treasure a minute. So I either need more valuable treasures, or I need a much higher treasure density. Well, that's a high treasure density right there. Oh. I do wonder if there may be some screens where damage from the barrel is mandatory. If depending on the way the barrels line up with the vines. I mean, I guess you could always, if you knew, like, if that was the case. If you knew there was a screen where that was the case, I guess you could always back away and then take the underground route to avoid it. I mean, perhaps, if the underground lined up correctly. No! Rip the run. This game requires too high a degree of perfection. 20 minutes without flaws is too much to ask of any human being. It might as well ask me to go a lifetime without a blunder. Whoa! Thought those barrels had me. Thought they had me trapped in the water. Oh, that wasn't even an obstacle. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. My heart. If you do get a C64 Mini for yourself, you know, anybody out there may be considering it, you're probably going to end up wanting to get a gamepad for it. I mean, it comes with a joystick, but I find the joystick it comes with to be kind of mediocre. I'm not a joystick enthusiast. I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but if you do decide you want a gamepad, I have to tell you, I have to recommend very highly the Pokken Tournament for Wii U gamepad. That's the one that I use. It's a very fine gamepad. You'll find a lot of USB gamepads are not compatible with the C64 Mini for whatever reason. And word on this one isn't really out there. When I was doing my own research, trying to find recommendations and testing gamepads, I didn't find anyone else that recommended this one. But I tried it out, I gave it a shot, and it works. And of all the ones I've tried, it's the one that I like the best. Far and away. There is a Pokken Tournament controller for the Switch. I don't know if that one will work or not. Oh no. Well, I don't know. A Pitfall clear may not be in the cards for me tonight, my friends. I'm having cherries, but I keep having to toss the seeds. Alright, so why don't we look at another game for a while? I'm sleepy. See you later, Subject Omega says. Thank you for stopping in. It was great to see you for a while. I hope that you sleep well and have a wonderful weekend, Subject Omega. Alright, let me go looking around for another game. What's something else we might play? Come to think of it, if I wanted to learn how to make video games, I could start by making an HD Pitfall. There are surely much, not a bad idea. I was gonna say there's surely much worse projects you could do. So I think an HD Pitfall, not a bad place to Not a bad project to pursue, if I may say so. Why don't we try out another platformer type game? I'm going to guess this is probably a joystick 2 game. This is a game on tape. Watch out for flashing lights. They make it pretty awful. It's going to take a moment to load, but we might be treated to some cool music or art. Sometimes there's even a little game that you can play on the loading screen. It's really cool. Probably best to remake an Atari game to start off with. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a really good idea to me. Gives us some time to catch up on our snacks and clear our minds. The games on tape always give us a taste of that experience of what it was like to wait for a game to load all those ages ago. I guess we still get that experience when you boot up a game and you have to wait for mandatory updates to download and install. I think that's it. I think we're already here. Turrican. We played Super Turrican on the Super Nintendo quite a while ago. So I've known that this game existed. Uh-oh. Told me to press the fire button, but when I pressed the fire button, nothing happened. Oh, here we go. Never mind. This has to load every time. It's gonna have to load every level off of the... Okay. It doesn't load the whole game all at once, it would seem. That's fine. This song is from Transformers the movie, Disco Bear says. I've actually never seen that. I was born in the mid 80s. I think I'm just barely too young. I missed out on Transformers because people I know that are just a few years older than me, that's one of their nostalgic things. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'm waiting or if it's broken. Well, or maybe that it's a Joyport 1 game. But I don't know. It started up. Hmm. let's try again. Used to love Turrican on the Amiga too. Great game. I really liked Super Turrican. So I have I have high hopes. Provided this copy works. I do sometimes run into duds on my C64 adventures. I either I've got something set up wrong, or the file that I have is just not very good, or not very compatible with the Mini for some reason. Oh, that's a bad sign. Well, we might not be playing this game. Let me lower your hopes, my friends. One game I've been trying to play and continually had problems with is Short Circuit. I really want to play Short Circuit on the Commodore, because I loved those movies when I was a kid. But every version of it that I've found doesn't work on the Mini. So we're gonna give this one more try, and if it doesn't work, we'll have to move on for into a different game for tonight, which will be sad, but we do have lots of other options. We could always go back to Pitfall. I won't do that to us. Okay. Fire to start. These like beams of light are like, it's a much more pleasant loading scramble than you see a lot of times. Fingers crossed. So it's not doing anything. Didn't do anything last time. I don't know if it wants me to hit a button or not. And I'm worried if I press a button, I'm going to make it not work. Try the fire button. I mean, it already doesn't work, so I guess I shouldn't worry about making it not work. Return? Space? F1? That's all the usual suspects. I didn't know that button did that. That's interesting. Well, that's a shame. I think Turrican may not actually be on the menu for us tonight. Apologies, my friends. That's an unfortunate side effect because I try not to test the files too much in advance because especially when they're games I've never played before, which I know is kind of dumb on the one hand. But the thing is, like, I want to be able to, like, capture, like, my authentic reaction to seeing the games for the first time. And I diminish that the more I test them, so. We'll try another one. This one also may not work. But we will try to be optimistic and give it a shot. We'll try to play Hook. Anything I try to play that doesn't play, I do plan to eventually try and find a different copy of and try again in the future stream. So if we try something and it doesn't work out tonight, I will do my best to make it happen on some undefined future stream. I have a suspicion that when it comes to games on tape, like the later made games, which I would assume to be larger and more complicated, I have a feeling those are the games that are less likely to work on the Mini. So I'm doubtful about this one. The D-pad seems to be working. Got a start and a continue option. Alright, I hope this is not a terribly complicated game. Peter, my name is Tink. Your children have been taken by Captain Hook. Only you can rescue them from his ship, for you are Peter Pan. They really have to put a character in front of the text. So far, so good. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot, but it's reacted to all my inputs appropriately. Sounded like the music was maybe a little low. Take care, this leads to the Never Tree, but watch out, there are pirates everywhere, and the animals are not too friendly either. This is an era where companies not knowing what good game design existed yet. I mean, I don't think that excuses putting a character in front of text. I think that should be obvious no matter what the era is. Welcome back, Sparrow. Apparently it was. Apparently some madman ported Hook to the C64. I assume it's a port of the game from another platform. I could be wrong. Ocean, 1991. A commercial port. Oh no, I expected it was an official game. I guess that wasn't clear the way I said it, but yeah. Really surprised to see they were still doing cassette games in 91. Alright, I'm bringing the music up, the volume up a little bit. I hope it's acceptable. This game is wow. Is that health? I need that. The knife is just as useless as the NES version. I've never, I don't, no, I have. I've played the NES version a little bit, but not enough to remember it. Hook is a game that Jelly remembers fondly from her childhood. I think the NES version. I don't know if I ever played it as a kid, but I did try it out once because I was trying to find a copy for Jelly. Oh, the water hurts. No. Boy, this is a rough experience. Our neighbor had it on NES, and I remember it being a lot of fun. Is that sarcasm? If Angelus raids us while we're playing this, I think he'll be quite amused. I think he's played this on his stream. Not the C64 version, probably, but I think I remember him playing the NES version. Go, go, go. I don't know who that wizard caveman floating around is, but I'm gonna assume he's bad news. It's not, but I can't say my judgment for a good game was very sound back then. What happened? I just teleport? The game seems to have completely lost track of where I was. Can I make this jump? Is this it? When we get to the E, we're done? I press E on the keyboard. Alright, I think I've got to collect a certain type of thing to get out. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what's what yet. Those bananas are unavoidable. Oh, the monkey's unavoidable. Everything's unavoidable. I can't get through here. There we go. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I can't jump over the monkey. I object. Alright, am I collecting you? Am I collecting these? I have to take you to the end. Can you help me fly? Alright, is this guy an enemy or a platform? Enemy! A deadly one. This is not great, but I'm gonna stick with this for a while. I mean, it works, and like that alone is a reason to play it. If a game works, like that's my threshold. to play a game. It just has to work. No, no. So the screen the screen stuttering and tearing, that's real to life. So yeah, sorry about that. But we're both getting the same experience. I don't know if that's that could be a mini thing. The 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 C64 mini doesn't seem to handle scrolling screens very well. Games where the screen actually scrolls always seem to handle kind of poorly on the mini. It's much more comfortable with single screen at a time games. Oh no, the pirates have taken you to Hook's ship, and now you're forced to walk the plank. Hi, Tink here. Please rewind the tape to the start of side 1. Oh no. I hope that just clock speed would be related to, and PAL versus NTSC have an effect on clock speed. I can never figure out that PAL versus NTSC stuff, Sparrow. I have the mini set to run everything in PAL mode, assuming all my copies are PAL. If they're not, I can't tell. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. I know we've been over this, but it's just always the same thing. Hey, Boat Ladder, welcome in. Good to have you with us again. I hope you've been doing well. We've been doing just a few different things tonight. We played Smash TV on the NES for like 3.5 hours, a big chunk of that. Didn't win, but didn't expect to win. That game is a nightmare. We played Pitfall on the Commodore 64 for a few hours. That was a lot of fun. And now we've moved on to Hook, which is maybe a nightmare. It's looking pretty rough. This is probably the last game we're going to end up playing tonight. Maybe not the most thrilling thing in the world to go out on, but just judging by how late it is, I got a feeling I'm not going to have the time and energy for another one after this. So I've been missing your streams. My shift at work changed. Gotta wake up at 3 a.m. during the week. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. I mean, I hope for your sake that the schedule change is good, like a good fit for your life. But for my sake, I'm very sorry to hear that. I don't even know if the mini is doing what it's supposed to or doing anything good at the moment. I'm just assuming that this press play on tape searching is like the game doing the right thing. I have a strong feeling it's not. I think another issue with the mini is that play on tape files like this, if they're ones that require you to manipulate the tape a lot, like it's not just play the tape, load it in, and you're good to go. Like those games, we've played a couple that are like that. They seem to be fine. These games that are more complicated, where you seem to have to mess with the tape mid game, I don't know that the mini can actually work these games properly. Yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer, cartridge, D64, G64, PRG, any other file type than tape is always preferred. But I'm just now like, I'm just now learning sort of firsthand, like I'm just now learning how bad the tape situation can be, the problems that come with it. Hey, we have a raid coming in. Nice. Mr. Suffer, thank you for the raid. Very much appreciate you sending your people our way. I hope you've had a wonderful night. But welcome in. Come on in. Tell us what challenge I imagine you're taking on another challenge. What are you getting up to though? Is it another challenge? How did it go for you? Welcome in, Crooked Maine. Good to have you with us again. Hope you're having a wonderful night. We are playing some Commodore 64 stuff. We're just taking a look at Hook on the Commodore 64. I think I'm caught in a loading loop though. So while everyone comes in, I'm actually just going to close this out real quick. And apologies, there will be bright flashing lights and nonsense. We'll take another look at this one. I'm just going to load it from the start. We won't be able to play this a whole lot, I don't think. But I definitely want to take another look at it. Mr. Suffer's playing Mecha Bellum. I have no idea what that is. This is the first time hearing of it. But hopefully it was a great time. How was the new Zelda? So, Tears of the Kingdom. I have been loving that game. I loved Breath of the Wild. I know some people didn't dig it, but I'm one of the people that did. I really loved Breath of the Wild. And Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if I want to say too much. I don't necessarily want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it yet. That's looking forward to it. But I will say that if you're like me and you loved Breath of the Wild and you want more of that experience, I think you'll be very happy with Tears of the Kingdom because it is basically just more Breath of the Wild. If you didn't like Breath of the Wild, this game will not win you over. But I've been having a wonderful time with it. So the stuff that they've added to it, and the some of the changes they've made to the things Link can do, while they may not feel particularly Zelda-y from some perspectives, they're a lot of fun to play with. Hate the weapon degradation. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people didn't like that. I'm not really that down on it though. Like like I never found myself wanting for weapons, and I kind of liked that it forced me to use suboptimal stuff sometimes, forced me to use different stuff than I would have gravitated to, and the moments of inconvenience that it caused for me, I sort of think make some of the snafus that you get into more interesting. But there are undoubtedly drawbacks. So this is Hook on the Commodore 64. We're playing with the C64 Mini. I really love Commodore games. I'm not super well versed in the library, but I have a strong nostalgia and love for the C64 because it's the first way I ever played video games. So there's a handful of specific games from my childhood, but then just anything on the platform, I'm usually excited to check out. But I don't have an actual C64 anymore. We do use the Mini for our C64 purposes, and that has its ups and downs. So we took a stab at this already, so I'm gonna kind of skip through this text here at the start. They put Tinkerbell in front of the words anyway, so they didn't care very much whether or not you read the text. If there were ever an incentive not to get game over, Sparrow says, yeah. We have a taste on the Mini, so we get a lot of load times when I play files that are in a cassette tape format. I'm not actually using actual cassette tapes, but the file format is like basically, from if I understand correctly, it's basically like a dump of a raw cassette tape file. And so it even on the Mini with it, which has accelerated loading, it you get a taste. You get a taste of the wait times, of the experience of the tape loading process from back in the day. But it gives us a moment with our thoughts. Gives us some time to sit here and chinwag. And it definitely raises the stakes, yes. Because I don't want to die and go through all this again. I think if I clear the first stage, in this game, we're going to call that a tremendous victory. Oh. So this is the game we were waiting for. Not entirely sure what our objective is. It is not just to reach the end of the stage, though, because I did that. I think that one of the mini collectibles here is mandatory. I'm not sure which. I mean, it could be all of them, but I suspect it's not. Oh, and the poor performance with the screen stutter and tear, that's part of my experience too. That's accurate to what I'm living through. That's not just a capture or stream issue. I think it's actually an effect of playing on the Mini. I can't say that for sure. I don't know to what degree the actual C64 struggled with these types of games, but games where the background scrolls, at least on the Mini, the C64 Mini has a lot of trouble with these types of games. I don't think I ever had any games where the background could move. Oh, cool. This is cool. Well, I'm very glad this has happened after all that load time. It's exciting to see that I am now part of the wall. And I think that's how our playthrough ends. Good grief. This is book authentic. Peter actually died after he no-clipped into a rock. Welcome back, Conga. Oh, spectacular. I don't think there's any way out of this situation. Alright, I think it's time for a different game. Really, I mean, really, I think that's the best thing that could have happened to us. To get trapped inside of a wall. I'm okay with this. I'll find us another game. Alright, probably not something on tape, huh? Though I will say, when we played both Beachhead and Street Beat, those were games on tape. Didn't have any issue with those. They worked out very well. Even Paperboy, game on tape, worked fine. Ghosts and Goblins, game on tape, worked fine. Smash TV, worked fine until it didn't. Well, I don't have a lot of options left at the moment that are at the ready that we haven't. I might have fallen asleep. I hope all your Commodore gaming was rewarding. So really the only thing we've played so far, Conga, was Pitfall. And Pitfall was wonderful. That was an amazing time. Very happy we did that one. Pitfall 1 and 2 are both great ports for the C64. I'm going to play Pitfall again. I don't want to move on to Pitfall 2 yet. I have it at the ready, but I'm going to spend more time with Pitfall 1 on another night. So I'm going to hold off on Pitfall 2, but I really enjoyed it. It's one of those games where restore just causes the game to break. Alright, why don't we check out just another classic arcade game? How about Dig Dug? I've never played this on the C64. I haven't played a whole lot of Dig Dug in general. That's maybe a little loud. It's a Joyport 1 kind of game. Let's change that. This should be fun, Sparrow says. Right on. I played a little bit. I know like the basic idea of Dig Dug. You move around and you try and blow up the enemies. I don't know if I can fire up and down or just left and right. I'll need to do some experimenting. I can fire up and down. Okay, watch out for that rock. I'm sure that's a problem. The sound effects actually kind of sound a little bit like Popeye. Victory. Stage 1 cleared. Agent Frownie is immediately a Dig Dug master. I don't think you can blow up multiple enemies at a time. Oh no, I'm back to stage 1. Oh, it canceled all my progress for one failure. Look at that. It's alright. I admire a punishing game. I can't face the enemy. Oh, maybe I reset it. I might have reset the game. Because I got my life back too. I don't think the game punished me. I think I hit the wrong button. It's not a feature, it's user error. That should be the description of the stream on the About page. Welcome to the Agent Frownie stream. It's not a feature, it's user error. Hey, thank you for the follow, my new friend. Very much appreciate you coming on board and hope you're having a wonderful evening there. And, hello, Classic Action Dave, welcome in. Dig Dug, awesome, I'm a newbie. I've played very little Dig Dug in my life. I've played just enough to know, I understand I played just enough to know the concept of the game. But, like, so far as, like, what all the enemies are like and what they do, and what, like, good strategy in this game looks like. You're about to watch someone struggle to learn. Get back here. It didn't work. I'm new to you guys, I mean. Right on, right on. Happy to have you with us. We're primarily a retro stream. I am playing through Tears of the Kingdom right now. Pretty much every other stream we work on that, but mostly I'm a retro guy at heart. Commodore 64 stuff we do about once every other week, usually on a Monday or a Friday. It kind of moves around on the schedule. just do like a variety of different stuff typically. Kind of a late night kind of thing, laid back. We keep things mostly kind of all ages appropriate around here. I died just as we got to the ice level. What? Why am I here? Am I playing a two-player mode? Oh, I think I'm playing on two-player mode. I am. I was playing on two-player mode. That's why I can't. That's why I got sent back and I got my lives back. I didn't hit the wrong button after all. I was playing on two-player mode. Oh, we got another follow. Welcome in and thank you for the follow as well. Very happy to have you with us. Thank you for coming on board. Oh, Classic Action Dave, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, I actually missed that. Another person followed right after you, and it scrolled it off my screen because I can only see this much of the activity feed. But I have thank you so much. Kalindo, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thank you again for the follow. Which system are you playing on? We're playing on this is the Commodore 64 version of the game. We're actually playing with the C64 Mini. I do real hardware a lot on the stream, but with retro PCs and retro microcomputers, like I don't know a lot about that kind of stuff. So I do use a Mini for the Commodore 64. For console games, I usually use real hardware and real cartridges and discs, but I mean, I don't have anything against emulation. I'm just kind of lucky. I have a lot of physical stuff. So, but for the Commodore 64, yeah, it's the C64 Mini. I can kind of hold it up here a little bit. It's basically an emulation box. So this isn't a, this is not a real hardware stream, but most of them we do are. The object of the game is to find underground dwelling creatures, harpoon them in the lung to inflate them with so much force that they pop, and excruciating death, you're rewarded 200 points. I appreciate the joke, Sparrow. Be careful. That kind of comment can set a bad example. When I'm playing something I don't know about and I'm confused, that's the kind of thing we don't want people writing to me, right? Sometimes you have to use emulators, though, because they're no longer available. Yeah. No, I don't have anything against emulation. I'm just kind of lucky that I have a nice physical collection because I got into retro games really early when it was really cheap. But and I really like the feel of the old hardware. I'm kind of attached to that. I like using the big box CRT TV and stuff like that. But no, if there's something I can't get a hold of, and emulation's the only way, well, that's how we got to do it. Slow mode remove my excitement comments. Sorry about that. But yeah, we run the slow mode to help with the laid back atmosphere, and also because it helps a little bit when I don't have my mods around. Well, maybe I don't know what's going on with my buttons here. Oh, I do. All right. Well, that's fine. We'll play with two. We'll play 2 players. That's fine. I go back and forth between them myself. Oh, and some nights, sometimes I do challenge runs of games where I try to do like deathless, like a deathless run or something through a really tough game, and I keep the slow mode on. I especially need it then because it gets really hard to keep up with the chat when I'm doing something where you have to stay really focused. Sniff fine, Conga says. What did I say? I think if anything, the comment I said illustrates my value of my mods. Oh no, I said I keep the slow mode on because it's harder when the mods aren't here. The slow mode is the only thing I have sometimes to make my life easier, but that's a pale substitute. I'm still waking up. I'm kind of an old fart too. I grew up with the Atari and NES back when I was super young. Nice. Oh, no. I see what I did wrong to make it select a 2-player game again. I won't do this next time. I misunderstood, but we'll be all right. All my first games were Commodore 64. My dad had one when I was real young, and so that's where I learned, that's where I experienced video games for the first time. We had an Atari 2600, but I don't really remember it. I remember having it, but I don't remember anything about it other than that. I remember it was one of those with like the wood grain sticker on the front. And we had some of those like turn paddle controllers. So I remember those details, but I don't remember any of the games. But then we got an NES, and it was pretty much all Nintendo stuff for me after that. The NES, like I connected with the NES more than either of the Commodore or the Atari. Because that was like the game system that like became like mine. And then we just always got Nintendo stuff after that. So I've actually had very little exposure to like, you know, like the Genesis or the PlayStation. Hey, Strider. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Super young equals new word for kid. All right, so I saw 1 on the screen. I thought that meant 1-player game. It doesn't. If I press this, now it's set to 1-player game. Now we'll be doing everything right. Been lurking for hours, working on an old computer. Well, thank you for that. I hope the computer work has gone well for you. I hope that's gone smoothly. I would be out of my depth, I'm afraid. It's great background. Thank you, thank you. That is one of my goals. Go on, press F5. Oh, of course. I mean, all right. I'm gonna turn it up to jalapeno pepper. I'm not a coward. Pentium 120 for DOS 6.22. Don't tell him it's a green bean. Don't worry. I'll never figure that out. I mostly play at night. Some very rarely I'll do a stream in the afternoon. Oh, look, the difficulty isn't difficulty, it's just cheating. Look what you did. You made me cheat. You made me skip to stage 4. Help. So I stream most weeknights. I'm in the central time zone. I'm in Wisconsin. I start up around 11 p.m. on most nights. And I stream until about 6 a.m. 6:20 for me right now. We're actually going a little later than I normally go. But that's the window. It's late nights on weeknights in the central time zone. Every now and then I'll do a stream in like the afternoon or the evening, but those are pretty rare. $6.20 here for you as well. If you're a night owl, then we line up very well. Couldn't sleep, so I was looking through and found you guys right on. Very happy you have. I mean, I'm not happy to hear that you can't sleep. I'm sorry about that, but I'm happy for me that you found us. All right, no more, no cheating. We start at stage 1. Texas. I used to live in Houston. I lived in Houston for about 7 years. Had some really good times there. Could not handle the weather. I am a cold weather creature. I was hot and uncomfortable every single day for 7 years in Houston. I had some really good friends and some really good times living there. I may be in trouble. Oh. Alright, new strategy discovered. The rock is my friend if I... Yes! Victory. Why am I on this stage again? Am I still playing 2 players? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mess. No. This game is really tough. One of the features of the way that I do things on stream is I try to do everything that we play. I try to do everything we play completely blind. As much as humanly possible, I try to never do any research about the games I play. I try to never receive any help from outside sources or the chat. And so, like, I like to learn everything about a game from, like, the first-hand, behind-the-controller experience. So things do get pretty rough sometimes. There's a lot of times where I don't know what I'm doing. I do, I do have to break down and ask for help sometimes. But you'll find I have a very high level of persistence, a very high tolerance for frustration and confusion. So when I don't know what I'm doing, like, times can get pretty rough. But I really like the moment, like, when you discover something and, like, my mind opens up. And I'm willing to put up with a lot of nonsense to have those kind of moments. But that does mean on this stream you get a lot of suboptimal gameplay. I was working on the computer installing 2 graphics cards. When I do my Twitch stuff, it's easier to play bigger games. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Run, 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 run. I couldn't make that corner fast enough. I understand. Nice. High tolerance is good, especially if you do computers. I do sometimes have to break down and ask, ask the chat to help me out, but it's usually only at a point where I've been stuck in a game for about 2 or 3 hours. And those kind of moments usually only happen, like, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Computers can frustrate you. The 100%. I definitely get it. I mean, I don't work on computers any more than I have to. I'm not super great with computers. And I've been my main computer is the laptop that I use to stream. It's really my only computer currently. And I got it 2 or 3 years ago. Well, about 3 years ago, I guess. And I put Linux on it. And I don't know anything about computers. And I'm trying to, I'm trying to learn Linux. That has been really tough. When it's working when it's working smoothly, it's great. I love it. But whenever I have a problem, I have no idea what to do to fix it. And then I'm spending like hours searching around on the internet trying to figure out like how to like what commands are and what they do and how to use them. I've been very lucky though. Through the stream, I've met a lot of people who are way smarter than me, and have been from time to time willing to help me out, and that has been invaluable to me. So that's gotten me through a lot of my Linux struggles. I'm semi good on computers. Can write a little bit of code as well. All right, let's go. Perfect stage 1. Been using Linux for 25 years, roughly. Hand me a list of people to ask if you need. Thank you very much for the offer. Things are working smoothly for the moment, but there undoubtedly will come a time where I need help again, and I will definitely try and keep you in mind. If that offer stands, I'll undoubtedly need help again someday, so thank you for that, Disco Bear. Well, I am in trouble. We made it to stage 4 rather handily, though. I've learned the value of using the rocks. I feel good about that. Like, I'm getting a little smarter at this game. I say as I die. That's a shame. That was a death that didn't need to happen. I could have avoided that. Cool. I feel like I got lucky there. I understand Linux runs faster, but some software is limited. I wish I could use Linux. Some of my software I have to have Windows for. I feel like the low frame rate is all that keeps Dig Dug from being a true horror game. Dig Dug in HD would be completely unacceptable. Dig Dug HD, most violent game of the year. Oh, no you don't. Exploding dragons. No, I didn't mean to walk that way. I didn't want to go up. They're coming for me. They're faster than me. But I have rocks. OBS runs faster on Linux, so when I play bigger games, I have two PCs, so I can run the game on Windows and OBS on Linux. That's kind of the setup that I've been talking about maybe having at some point. When I was describing my hesitance to try and run a game and the streaming software on the same machine. I didn't specify the Windows Linux aspect of it, but I'm sure that would be part of it. Oh, I feel now like I'm justified. I'm in good company. Nice, new PB, stage 5, here we come. I like these icy levels. It's going to be a shame when we move on to a different background. I like the snow. Rip. Spell check's getting me sometimes. I use voice to text on my phone. The spell check messes up my words. No worries. Alright, my friends. This is boy, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm having a good time, but also we just passed the 7-hour mark. It's almost 7 a.m. for me. Bedtime is coming up. I think I do need to go ahead and start saying my good nights. We'll play Dig Dug again sometime. This is a lot of fun. Both of our Commodore games tonight. Well, both of the ones that worked. Pitfall. I mean, Pitfall is great. I can't wait to get back to Pitfall. Dig Dug is... I liked Pitfall more, but I'll definitely be playing this again another night. But we're going to wrap up. I'll look and see if there's a stream we could raid. Take a moment and see who's live and what they're doing. But thank you very much for being here with me tonight. I guess it's good morning then. Yeah, and good morning, Classic Action Dave. Thank you again for the follow. Thank you, Conga, for those GGs. Thank you, Kalindo, for the follow. Mr. Suffer for the raid. And our two other anonymous followers. Thank you for coming on board as well. Let's see. Oh, Old School McFly, I owe you a thank you as well. Thank you for the raid. Let me take a moment and look around. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I hope you've had a good time, and I hope that I get to see you again in the near future. I normally don't stream on Saturdays, so I wouldn't expect to see me tomorrow. I'll probably be back Sunday night around 11 p.m. Central Time. Next week, we're going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night streams. We are mostly retro, but I'm a Zelda fan. I got to play a new game every now and then. We're playing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm loving it. Having a great time with it. But expect that on Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday if everything goes as planned. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll be doing retro stuff. Not exactly sure what. What are we working on right now? We're working on Alundra on the PlayStation 1. We've been playing that for quite a while now. I still think we have a whole lot of that game left too. So there'll definitely be a Alundra on at least 2 of those nights. Maybe we'll play some 50 video games included. And maybe we'll start up something new as well. Ooh, I see a stream we can go to. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Disco Bear. Very much appreciate your company. I'll look out. Do you like Twisted Metal? I've actually never really played a Twisted Metal game. I sampled one briefly once upon a time. One of my friends had a PlayStation 2. And showed me a little bit of one of them. I'm not really the hugest fan of driving games. I know that that's not a racing game, but games that are really heavy on vehicles, I'm usually not the biggest fan of. But that being said, I'm always open to trying new things. So I'm not going to make any promises that I'm going to play any Twisted Metal games anytime soon, but I do reach out of my comfort zone from time to time, and it's not impossible, but I wouldn't hold my breath for it being anytime soon. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to string you along or anything like that. I got to be realistic. It's probably not going to be likely, but it's not impossible. I'm going to send us in the direction of Sarconius. Sark is another great retro streamer. Does retro achievements. He's playing something looks like a Game Boy Advance game. Oh, I think it's a Shaman King. Don't know anything about it, but looks like a platformer. Looks kind of fun actually. But we'll head Sark's way. This stream might be a little bit louder than mine. Watch your volume. And Sark is not a strictly family-friendly streamer. There is adult language and mature topics of conversation on his stream. So heads up, if either of those are problems for you, just letting you know. But if you come along, if those aren't a deal breaker for you, and you come along, give him a chance, and you're probably going to have a good time. He takes on some tough challenges. Knocking out those achievements. I've seen him do stuff like Jackal and Castlevania Chronicles. He did a God of War game on the PSP recently. Diablo. He does all kinds of stuff. But he's worth checking out. Akuji is a good PS1 game. Adventure type games. Platformers and adventure type games are things I lean pretty heavily into. All right, my friends, one last time, thank you very much for being here. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Tears of the Kingdom, Alundra, who knows, some random stuff, starting up some new stuff for retro. Um, so hopefully I'll get to see you for some of that. But be well until then, my friends. I'm all out of stream for tonight. It is time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.